Good morning. This is Blanche Eden, and this is Black Trending News Podcast. It is Monday morning, and I am raspy, so here you go. This is episode 11, all right, and I'm gonna be talking about ASAP Rockies. I know I'm late to the party. Who cares? So there was an incident in Sweden with this young man. He's a rapper, very popular gentleman, and something went down, and it appears as if two what looked to be white or Swedish men, I don't know what race they were, but they were white with dark hair, and they were following ASAP Rocky's crew. All of this was caught on camera, luckily, so the whole world could see it. I was laughing in the beginning because I had just watched ASAP Rocky fling the guy back into his mother's womb, back where he came from, back into another dimension, because the man was flying. So it was funny to me because I laugh at stuff like that. That's my sense of humor. I'm not laughing at the situation, but if you saw the tape, which I'm gonna, show in a second, it was pretty damn funny. So, there was an altercation that went down, and now, according to reports, TMZ and other outlets, he is in jail in another country. So let's talk about that. Okay, so there's, two sides to the story. Of course, there's going to be reports making it look as if these two young men were just attacked viciously for no apparent reason, but that is not what happened. If you watch the full video, you will see that these two young men were literally just following them, just for clout, it seems like, for whatever reason. But it was a form of harassment. And one of the young men had said, you broke my headphones, but he actually threw them at the bodyguard. There was physical contact between the both of them. So I don't know, you can't, the video kind of cuts and clips, so you can't see if who made the first hit, so there's that mystery. So, but it doesn't really matter. It's like, if somebody puts your hands on you, whoever it is, you're going to defend yourself. That's just like an automatic reaction. So, the size comparison between the bodyguard and the other guy who was trolling like a dumbass, there's a huge difference, but he threw his headphones at the man and it broke. This is the size of the bodyguard. Like, he didn't even blink when the headphones hit him. So, and then afterwards, the jackass is going, "Oh, you broke my headphones. I just want my headphones back." So, and then, a couple other women step in. I don't know if they're cops, but they're wearing, head wraps. I forget the name of them. Forgive me. I know there's a particular name for them, but they're wearing head wraps. They look of Muslim descent. I'm not sure where they're from, but they step in a situation and the guy keeps saying, "Oh, I want my headphones back." So he's trying to use the headphones as an excuse to keep following them and being dicks. So it's just a sticky situation. But there was video footage of the two young men that were trolling like dumbasses getting beat up by ASAP Rocky and the other gentlemen that were with him. So that's where, it got kind of out of hand, and I guess he was jailed for that reason. I don't know what happened to the other two gentlemen. It'd be nice to know. I'm going to check that out. Give me 1 second, because I want to know how are they prosecuted and how are they punished for their behaviors. They were harassing them. They told him to leave him alone. Stop following me. And I wonder if the gentleman knew that he was ASAP Rocky. What was this for? What was the whole point of this altercation? Why were you following him? I'm assuming it was because they had to know who he was. But they weren't like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" Or they were just following them like a bunch of fucking idiots. They were just literally like ghosts, just floating around like buzzards, like flies on shit, basically. And there's just a lot of, questions. So 1 second, let me see what happened to the 2 men that were following him. Okay, so according to Complex, it says on a day of the reported raid, the Swedish prosecution authority announced they were also investigating the 2 alleged victims for suspected assault and molestation. Officials clarified that the molestation charge does not refer to a sexual crime. It's an act in which a perpetrator physically attacks someone or exposes someone to disruptive contacts or exposes someone to other ruthless actions. So at least they're, stating that they are alleged victims because, at least, it seems as if they're not taking sides, but who really knows what's happening? Of course, A$AP Rocky is claiming he and his team are not at fault, as the 2 other men were the instigators. Rocky will remain behind bars until at least July 19th, when the officials must decide to either file a prosecution or request a longer detention to complete the investigation. So, I think that it was the tape works against them and it works for them, because there is actual proof that the young man was swung in the street, literally off the ground. And that's what it is. Like, but at the same time, it does also show both sides of the story, which I think they're going to consider it. They're not going to have a choice. They're probably, now I see IKEA's name popping up. So people are probably just, getting their hands in marketing and advertisement right now. This is just all going to blow over. And I think eventually he's going to come out of jail and everybody's going to live happily ever after. But another situation that has come up, it looks like Black Twitter, according to my news sources, Black Twitter and Joe Budden and another podcast person, they're all kind of going at it because, A$AP Rocky has said some things in the past used his platform. He was on the radio and he said some things about black people that black people didn't like. And now black people feel like, look, you said some fucked up stuff, so we're not here for it. Rihanna has come out, which is, I love Rihanna. I think everybody in the world loves Rihanna. But people are like, we love you, Ree, but, you're defending somebody who doesn't even, care to say good things about your race when he has the opportunity to say it. And A$AP's defense is, look, I am not entitled to be a black activist because of the color of my skin. I want to talk about my album. He said some things that raised an eyebrow on my face, but we cannot, and I emphasize, we cannot stress people because they don't care about what we care about. Like, that is a form of bullying. And I will emphasize that on every single podcast if I have to. Like, whoever is out there listening, like, we cannot bully people because they're not on our same page. Everybody has their own ideas and everybody has a right to feel how they feel. I don't think he said the nicest thing. It's the same thing with my Chris Brown podcast. Like, people are telling us who they are. What is the problem? The problem is not the person. The problem is that they're not agreeing with us and they're not on our same agenda and our same page. Like, people need to relax. You know what I mean? As soon as, somebody says something we don't like and they're in a situation, now you found a window of opportunity, call it. And I'm being sarcastic when I say that because it's not truly a window of opportunity. But now you want to be a pessimist. And what happened to brotherhood? What happened to black power? If If you're truly black power and brotherhood, then why, when your brother needs help in a situation, you saw what happened to him. The world saw what happened to him. You know, he was being harassed. So why aren't you talking about that? Why is it, oh, well, he says something about black girls in red lipstick, I'm offended. Like, come off your sensitivity chair. Like, stand up. Because, you know, you relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sit down in the sensitivity when it's really not about you. It's about somebody else right now. And now you're trying to, now it just looks like everybody's looking for, you know, attention at every corner. My God, every time something pops up, it's like, oh, let me push what I'm saying. Let me go against this other person. Like, there's no unity here. Like, if y'all think this is unity, it's bullshit. This is not unity. Like, if it's like, what are you? Like, are you on the side of black people, or are you tearing black people down because they maybe said something you didn't like? I mean, he didn't say something to the degree where it was like, throw him under the bus in reverse on this motherfucker. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, he stated his opinion, and it just didn't flow with everybody else's, the majority's opinion. So now he's the minority. Now it's like, well, fuck him. And now they want to throw, you know, now they want to pull Rihanna's arm under the tire because she's defending him. And like, she doesn't have a fucking right. Like, you have to understand that people know this gentleman probably personally, you know, and maybe they don't care about what he said. Maybe they respect his opinion. All right. Like, maybe they respect his opinion and they are not taking it so seriously because he said that black girls shouldn't, certain shades of black women shouldn't wear red lipstick. Oh my God, let's have a party and cry about it, a pity party. Like, I understand that what he said wasn't the nicest thing about women of dark complexion, but like, okay, like, he's dark himself. Like, I'm just trying to understand, like, there's so much sensitivity, but for your own issues, not for his issue. People are just too in their feelings, basically. I'm just keeping it real. Like, people are too much in their feelings. And really, this is a serious situation. Like, this dude is in prison. And like Joe Budden said, like, let's have some type of compassion. If you had said, they're dragging 2 things that he said. Oh my goodness. 2 things that he said. Maybe this is his personality. Whatever. Like, people are who they are. Like, stop trying to make everybody a fucking clone. Stop trying to make everybody like you in the same. And it's not a gang. It's like, it's really like y'all gang. It's like a gang. This is a form of gang bullying. Again. Like, stop. I understand Black Twitter but Black Twitter is supposed to be something positive, and it's turning into something ugly. You know what I'm saying? Now it's teaming up and ganging up, and this is mad dumb. Like, it's just causing more separation and more segregation. Like, can't y'all see what's going on? Like, stop this shit. Like, how better will you look if he said those things and you still had his back? Now you look like a real grown up. God forbid you look like a real grown up and a mature individual. Have a good day.